Whew, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Just finishing getting set up here. And then we should be ready to go for some more racing. Got some pretty cool tracks lined up for tonight. A couple of more roller coastery affairs. It will be interesting to see how these pan out. Just trusty old content manager up. Okay. Hopefully, everything is all set up a-okay. I don't think I've got anything wrong, but you never know. There's every chance that I just have. We'll find out in about a minute. Less than a minute, I think. Yeah, Charade and not Avenista, Feldberg Ring. Should be pretty fun, I think. Alright, any minute now. Well, hey, we're good. We are live on the server. Pretty good. Okay. Time to figure out how to not suck with this car. That's the game plan now. Because I ain't been doing too hot lately. Try this out, see how it goes. Also, gotta remember the shift as soon as the light comes on. I gotta remember where this track goes now, also. Whoops. Very tight and twisty track, this one. overtaking is probably going to be pretty difficult, but we'll see. Pretty much going to put more of an emphasis on qualifying, I'd have to assume. I want to make sure you really nail that quali run. Crap. Brake bias at 262. Okay. Final bank turn. Slightly banked turn. 2.5 minutes, okay. Oh, I should have set up more before I entered the corner. Balls. Chicane's caught me off guard again. It really comes out of nowhere. Just like suddenly as you crest over the hill, bam, it's there. And you get jump scared. Oh, downhill braking zone, and we've lucked. Okay, it's good this is practice. Get all my mistakes over and done with now, and we can not make them in the race. That's the hope, at least. Brakes, I'd still say, are easily my biggest weakness with this car. Just don't really know what the best way to approach them is. Ooh, a bit too much curb there. This thing doesn't really get enough drive out of the corners to be able to fully commit to some of these four-wheel drive slides. Bit of understeer there. Okay. But remember to slow down more before we enter this first corner. It tightens up as you go through. Maybe a little too slow that time, but rather slow, clean laps than not. That first she came pretty okay. Okay, gotta remember. Still have no idea where to brake through here, but it's a bit better. Still a bit crap on the exit, but it'll do. That rear end up all the way down. Extend the gearing out to its longest. It's definitely a faster track than Albanisto was last week. So I'll have to poke around and see. Definitely need to find something in this car. I am still struggling to really make ends meet with it like other people can. It's too curb again. Damn, can't steer out. Oh, bit too much curb there. Of course, if you fancy a go yourself, you can always check out the links in the description. You can figure out how to enter. At the moment, this server is open. There are open slots available, so you can just look up Community Racing System and join on in. 210, it's my first abandoned lap. Too early there. It's fine. Brake as that curb comes in on the left. I'm guessing. Got a bit of rear end out, so that kind of compromised me a bit through there, but it's fine. It's a bit of tarmac there, okay. Through. That worked out quite nicely, actually. I'm slowly getting the hang of this. Still far from perfect, but the lap is coming together. Maybe I could do a little rip of the handbrake there, I think. Oh, too much curb. Pretty tricky to ride through these sections without really touching that curb. Still walking that time down bit by bit. Oh, it's such a tight switchback. Definitely need to brake more there. Help me out. Buddy, yeah. That was okay, actually. That might have worked though. I don't know how well, but right to the edge there, a little bit on the grass, but it's fine. Rally car, I can take it. being pretty decent with that. See if I try clicking that up to the max. Stick some mediums on and see where that gets us as well. 27 minutes on fuel, really? Trim some of that out. I don't need that much fuel. Yeah, it should be fine enough. 2, 6, and 11. I think track position will be the king in this race, so maybe a softer tire. Like, so far the hard has been the best tire for the races, but maybe the medium could work if you could get away far enough. That opening stint. Oh, a bit deep there. You know, people could catch you by the end, but they probably couldn't pass you. Shit. Bit too deep on the old brakes. Guy with a 203. That was invalid. Okay. Not really a marker for where he's at. But if he is the 203, that's very problematic. So probably 5 seconds off the pace. I don't quite see how that would be possible, even. But I think he cut the chicane or something. Probably missed it. Setup though, we should have to do a bit less shifting. We're a bit overpressured on the tires though. Brake away. Probably could get away braking way later there. Oh. Damn it. Let that wheel get out of my hands and the tires are dirty. Okay, it's fine though. Very careful brake. He is actually doing 202s. What the fuck? No way. How the hell do you shave 4 seconds? 4. Respect enough to... I'm so flabbergasted I'm losing my ability to speak English. That was pretty nice. That's not really going to be representative. that I went off. 207 though. But I think that's still faster than what I have so far. But that's interesting. Do the tires really make that much of a difference? I brake way too fucking early again. Part of it might be the gear ratios though also. Everything to factor in. I think these mediums would be able to go to distance, albeit they will fall off to an extent near the end. You never get the chicane right. It does feel like to an extent I might need to lean on these to really get any sort of speed relative to everyone else. At least relative to Yari. But it wouldn't surprise you if Nico and the others would follow. As the others will no-show. Shit. God damn it. Oh well. So we'll take the lap time as a marker. .206. Crack at it. Probably roll on to qualifying. I'm gonna try cranking my brake bias further back here. So it helps you get around some of these tightest corners better. Especially this one coming up. Such a tight hairpin. Now, big test. Whoops, a little bit of dirt there. Big test will be braking down here. Can I get the braking to behave itself? I can. A little bit of slide, but I can kind of roll that through the corner. Bit of understeer there, but that was okay. Bit on the table there, cutting a bit too much. Could be if that's the best way to take that corner, but it feels relatively quick. Bit of understeer there. I felt like a pretty good lap, all things considered. We're at 5. Ugh. Still about 3 seconds. Seems like it's going to be a bit of a quiet night tonight, though. Don't want to change now. We're just gonna go out. Okay, we do have a pretty short qualifying session, but if you do want to jump in, there is still just about enough time to make it in before the race. There are 3 slots available. 3 slots available every week. Okay. I've got a lot of time, and I gotta make it count. This is out, that doesn't really matter too much, but... Just feeling out the car ready for the actual lap. Somehow I need to find, like, 3 seconds. Give or take. It's a bit less than that, but... give or take. Where the hell I'm finding all of that time? I don't know. That was not ideal. I feel like I'm getting the rhythm of the track though down a lot better, which is good. See whether or not I can really convert that into meaningful lap time. Starting now. Wow, that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna roll the dice, the mediums in the race. Whether or not it'll be the right choice or not, I don't know, but I'm gonna take it as a choice. I feel like it could pay off. Ooh, bit of grass there, that's not ideal. I feel like it could pay off. It might also not. I need something. Bit of an awkward line into there, but I kind of made it work. That wasn't great, but kept it within the track. That's all that matters, really. It's filling up. Late to the party. Ooh, bit too much curb there. But always welcome. So you're likely going to be fashionably late and win the race somehow. I think I've done it. Nope, we're good. Kept it just about within enough of the limits to count. Picked a bit early there. Fine, we'll get one more crack at it. He's right behind me. Bit of time to finish this lap, so we should be good. I need to refresh my chat after this just to make sure it's all still working. slide through there. I don't think that was really optimal, but it worked out, kinda. Still on at the very least, which is where we want to be. It's pretty nice for that. Oh, Yari's wrecked. Doubt I'll beat him, but blown his chance of setting anything better. It has felt like a better run from me, but whether or not it's enough to really do anything, we'll have to see. Shortcut it to the line. We got 204. See if I can maybe do a quick practice start. Just in case. Okay, yeah, that thing really wants to bog off the line. We're gonna have to be careful. This could be pretty bad. Starting at mid-pack behind the two fins. Oh, three of us middle on the mediums. I think I'm gonna stick. We're clocking like low 2 minutes. We're gonna do like 10 laps. So we'll wear the tires down, but we're not gonna hit the like limit point, because when you look here, see, it says 11 laps. That's just an estimate. It might not come true. And when it hits low grip, it might not even be that bad. I don't really know. We'll find out, and we'll see how good or bad it's gonna be. For now, we're just waiting for the lights. Here we go. Need to try and nail that start. It's slightly downhill, so that will help a little bit. Pretty okay clutch right there. Lost Bill, but narrow up here. I'm gonna play it safe. Yari's ahead of Miko, that's pretty big. Feels a bit scruffy there. Make it look, but there's nowhere really to go. Oh, bit of a slide out of that didn't help me. There's that curb coming in. Need to make sure I'm not going to kill him. It's so narrow up here. Really got to be careful. Let's run him down the hill, see if we can get him under braking into this next turn. Ooh, I'm going to lock up a bit. Oh, the big lock, but kind of work now. Mattia's trying to do the same to me. I think overtaking is going to be very hard here, as we're seeing. It's going to try it on me now, because I'm going to. We're all breaking through that. Didn't look like Mattia really did, but I saw Phil give it a good old rip as well. Oh, Phil's gone wide. Went a little wide too. I get the run out of there, but I didn't really. till I'm using the complete track whip out of there. Tears through. I'm still not, which is a problem. Oh, that's not going to help it. I'm going to lose too much through there, though. Which is good. Read that in a second once I'm through this really twisty bit. Every ricochet for 36 here, Roman. How's it going? I ain't dead yet. I might be soon, though. I keep fucking locking up. Oops. Oh, that corner is deadly. I think all three of us locked up into there. It's so steep. And this car's brakes are subpar, let's say. Just put ABS on. Because it's illegal. Oh, I really mullered that turn there. Ate too much curb. Kind of threw off any chance I would have gotten it. Again, a nice handbrake turn. Phil's gone off again. Lucky for him, though, I fell back. So I'm not really close enough to profit. Yeah, themselves were illegal. They were at least sneaky about it, though. Feels really slow out of there. I think he hit the wall slightly. Tried going for a cutback, but it didn't really work out, though. Definitely a lot faster than he is. I just put in that window. It might be here. That worked. You had to force that issue. Ooh. Need to make sure I don't go wide here. With your Togo circuit, you just drift some corners and win. Pretty much. A little too much throttle there, but I could control the slide. Didn't really do a great job at that. It's too busy looking at my mirrors. Alright, I think if I could pull away from these guys, we might be in a bit of a no man's land, but we'll see. Might not even be able to pull away from them. I feel like I can, but who knows, right? That's a bit better. A bit scruffy on the steering inputs, but got the rotation down relatively nice. Get right on that cut there, it's so deadly. You never really know when the right point is to really do the arc through there. Unintentional, but it worked. Rough bit deep in there. My rears are still a little toasty from sliding action earlier. He's holding on. This is a problem. I was hoping he wouldn't. think he's on the mediums too. He is. It's good to know, at the very least. Won't have any kind of tire advantage on me later on. The tier ahead will though. But I think he might be out of the picture now. No good. Office fighter. I need to cast some wizardry to get some shenanigans to happen up ahead. 205. He did a 205 too, though. It's not an easy track, though. Kind of knew that going in, but it's a hard track, but it's got a pretty okay flow to it when you get it right. Just getting it right. Oh, it's a total Miko Tiba. Yeah. Miko's been around a fair bit actually lately. He's been racing here and there. Picks and chooses his rounds, but I guess the rally car intrigued him. Oh, yellow flag. I think somebody's off in the gravel. I guess it up to Mattia. I think that's better on the brakes. Took it a lot more gently. It's better. Still got pretty much half the race to go, but also seems like Yari lost the lead in the end to Miko. Roll on through these corners. Feel it's hanging on real well. This is a wee bit problematic, but then again, I guess it keeps things interesting. 205, slightly faster 205 for me that time around, which is good. And that's my real time just bugged because it says I'm in the lead. Up there goes updated now. There was still about a 205, 205.2. I think I was too busy looking at the real time. Still posting quite a chunk there. Oh, didn't want to grip up there. Good to see he had a bit of a slide too. You really just have to be gentle with the braking down the hill. You try and be aggressive, you just lock up and it's pretty much you toast. Oof. Bungled that big time. Pulled the handbrake and nothing happened. This is where the tires are going to start falling off with their prime slightly, but we can manage. Bill will be in the same boat too. racing at Croft, you would win by 50 kilometers. In this car, I don't think so. I'd likely do better than I am doing now, but... Oh, that was bad. A lot of understeer. But I'm not particularly amazing in this car. It was a 2049. Bill was faster. You had some action. Phil has stepped up to the plate. He wants his 4th place back. He's going to make me work pretty damn hard for it. Now break himself into the gravel. That curve really pulls you in. Crazy. Brake's got the rear end out there. I didn't even really pull the handbrake. 2020, insane. Whoop! He's looking at the real-time board. It's not going to do me any favors. Especially when the car I'm most worried about is right there in the mirror. Oh, bit too much of a slide there. 458 for me there. Yellow flag again up ahead. It's still out. Oh dear. It's not great. Oh, big power bog up the hill. Oh, it's Yari. I must have had a big off up at the chicane here. Behind Mattia. More yellow flags. If they wrecked out at the bottom. Might have done. Phil's right there. Gonna let him go and outbrake himself. He didn't. Ooh, little nudge there. Oh, that's not good. That's great. Read those chat messages at a sec. Shaq is very demanding. It's not easy. Up with chat and and keeping all 4 wheels on the road. Might I shift down? That was a bad idea. Nikai, you are the prof. These rears are going. Time to push my brake bias slightly forward. Oh, yellow flag up ahead again. Somebody up ahead's not having a great time. Another British circuit, which is tarmac over some grass specialist. I mean, isn't that most circuits just some tarmac over some grass? Phil's gone deep! Have he had enough margin over me to hold off? Darn four-wheel drive rally car. Oh, another yellow flag. I guess it's probably just ignores. I could literally two Celicas one. Four cappuccinos one. I don't even know if it would be four cappuccinos wide, actually. The car's narrow, but Celica isn't exactly wide either. Yeah, closed up quite nicely here. I think we'll have one more lap after this one. Ooh. All over the bloody place. Fine, though. Oh, I've overdone it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm still alive. Still in it. I ain't hear no bell. These tires are expiring, though, as we speak. Which is not helpful. Got a better run than him out of there. On his tail. This is it, the final lap. So I'm gonna have a chance to make anything happen. It's gotta be here. Timer hasn't counted down yet, but there's only 30 seconds left. I doubt the leaders will get back to the line in time. Crap. Yeah, on the hairpin braking, yeah. Just need to hope that he outbrakes himself here under the pressure. He has. I've locked up the self as well, though. Get a bad exit, though. Ooh. I tried. That wasn't really gonna work, but gotta keep that pressure on. It's really parking the bus there. Oh, a bit too much curb. Didn't work. Just trying to find any line I can. That might have cost me, though. It's not over yet, but I think as long as he doesn't royally mess up these last few corners. Yeah, I think he's got it. Unless he blows this last turn. Nah. That was good. No dice, though. Whew. Oops. Tried. Be interested to see what happened to Yari, though, because he was making mistake after mistake, it seemed, towards the end there. Still had enough margin. Oh, 18 seconds. Still had some margin over us, but definitely fell from the lead. Pretty sweaty after that. It doesn't help that it's pretty damn humid over here. It's not necessarily hot today, it's just very humid. Jump a little too far forward. Yari got that launch. I learned to take the lead pretty early doors. So I'm gonna look back here. Okay, gets past the looper. A bit too much of the inside there, but it's fine. Locked up all the way down here. But somehow made it just about. Amazed I didn't get a single slowdown. But that's because slowdown penalties are actually off at the moment on the server. However, I do still keep track of all the cuts, so don't be trying any funny business. I kind of fudged the braking here, and that threw me out quite a bit. Look at that from Phil's end. Pretty certain he yanks that handbrake. I go for a bit of a handbrake pull too, but Tia doesn't. So I nearly trip over him. Phil went deep here. And that opened the door. Tia swarming all over. And yeah, Phil goes a bit wide here. I think he gets on the curb, maybe? Oh yeah, that curb. Curb's pretty steep, so it kind of just pushes you wide. He's gonna get him under braking. Clears him. I was looking everywhere, now I'm trying to find my way through. Oh, yeah. So yeah, Mattia locks up, goes deep. Phil locks up, goes deep. I lock up, go deep. Did give Phil a bit of a tap here, so let him go ahead. Really, it blew open the gap between us and the ones at the front, but it would have grown anyways. Well, it did grow after that anyways. He got that curb again through turn 1, which allowed me right up close around the outside here. Tried to go for the switchback here, hoping he'd maybe outdo it, but he held that apex pretty nicely. Covered me off on the exit. Nowhere to go. Tried to get a run through. Oh yeah, wait. I got it wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I got a run through here. He got a bit squirrely on the exit. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to stick it up here. And he ran himself wide, allowed me through. And then I tried pulling away, but it didn't work. However, let's go back and see how did these two end up the other way around. Funny how right front and right rear lock up on that downhill, yeah. Yeah, so, oh, he's in the wall there. That would do it. Under pressure from Miko all over him. In the wall. Miko's still got to track around the outside here. He's going to go for the switch. Oh yeah, he's going to have to do it? No. He doesn't. Oh, he's very sideways through there though, and that's going to give it. Unfortunate. Jumped forward though, when I'm ahead. What a crazy amount happened to us two. I was kind of sniffing around. I was hoping I would be able to shake him, but oh, pedal decided to disconnect. Oh, that's how you fell down. That Mattia to pass. Now, I was hoping I could pull away from Phil. I couldn't. He was hunting me down real good. And I was starting to falter a little bit. My lines were getting sloppy. Yeah, let the door open there. Yeah, I was braking quite cautiously down there for most laps. After those first couple. Because I feel like you really have to, otherwise you do just lock up. Uphill at the end, very spicy, the curves, yeah. Honestly, this whole track is like crazy demanding. I'd almost argue this shorter track is more demanding than the full layout. Because at least the full layout, you got a couple of nice open sections where you can really let the car breathe. Oh yeah, I got that wrong. That didn't help. Up the hill. But like here, it's just, you're really never too far away from like another sharp corner or sharp corner complex. You got to run here. He stuck his nose in. Little tap there, but it was basically nothing. Thankfully, knowing how AC collisions can be. Sort of lost a bit of ground to me. Did pull away a bit. And I shouldn't a little G, yeah. But then it's really able to close up. Especially on this final lap. This final lap was pretty saucy. It was good fun. Just a lot more confident under the braking here. Closed me right up. Tried to see if I could maybe get a run out of here. That didn't really work. And he goes a bit deep here. Couldn't really make anything out of that, but he runs deep here. I locked the rights up as well. Try to power out of the corner. Actually kind of works. Only real chance is to stick it around the outside here and hope, but no cigar. Probably would have been better to just sit behind him, but had to take it. I was hoping I could maybe clear him before the corner. Couldn't quite. Went for a bit of a Hail Mary here, but that didn't work either. That hairpin definitely runs for longer than you think, and that was it here. Kind of catches you out of it. Let's see. Where was your misfortune then? I'm fine. Oh. Yeah, but he was catching, it seems. Oh. Is that where they go? I'm guessing. Or was that just a... That's definitely technical. Unlucky. Oh, brakes just didn't work there. Oh yeah. Oh, I just didn't get the gear, it seemed. Oof. Unlucky. Whoops. Hope I cooked that one a bit. Yeah, this track really didn't give you any room to really, like, rest up. I guess the little back straight section here is about as good as you got. But even then, it still kind of wasn't exactly straight. A couple of kinks and then into a heavy braking zone that you can't really see till the last moment. Barely made it to the zero practice. I was going to say you were still faster than me, but that's not really much of an achievement at the moment. I am pretty happy with that track, though. I made a few mistakes. Could have been cleaner and better, but... I think I'm slowly improving. I didn't feel completely hopeless this time. Oh, oh, that's unlucky. Can't let him through. Take the position. Woof. Porsche time, though. At the Feldberg ring. Eesh. This is going to be a tough one. Guess I'll take the setup from Deutschland Ring. That was an okay setup. It was more the idiot behind the wheel that was the problem. Get back used to driving this old Porsche again. He changed his mind. Told me earlier he wasn't going to drive, but he's here. He's ready to rumble, I guess. Oh, I gotta be careful of the... Case in point. Ow. I was literally about to say, gotta be careful of the curbs here, because they will kill you. Live demonstration. See, I'm just that good of a... streamer, obviously. Whoopsie. I kind of feel like I need a drink. I should have done that before I started driving. Eh. Okay, we got it. I'm gonna hit the curb again. No, we're good. I avoided it. Yeah, it's a big steep downhill with changing lines. There we go. We're out. I do notice that it does say on YouTube that I have 35 concurrent viewers. If that number is correct, then hi, welcome. But I don't know, I feel like YouTube, because I'm certainly not doing it, it feels like YouTube sometimes bots their own streams. I've had it happen a couple of times before where I've just seen my viewer count inexplicably go up. Typically my view count dips during the races, but it's only gone up at this live stream. It's obviously like, you know, pretty much at least half the people who are watching are also doing the races. Funny platform this is. That number is still just going up and up. I mean, sure thing. I'll take it, but I'd rather have people in the races. I need to remember exactly how this track goes. It's quite long. I think I've raced it a few times, so I do kind of remember it. I think we're coming up to the big drop up here. You need to slow down a little more for that. Yeah, big right-hander here. Sharp right-hander, but it's down a steep hill. If you're not careful, that will just take you straight out to that wall. And that will be, well, maybe not your day done, but will severely dampen your day. And if there's somebody else there, you will just kill them. This bit's always tricky. So you could do it really fast. Depending on the car, you can do it really fast, but it's either you get the line right or you die when you're doing it at speed. It is generally safer to back off, but obviously backing off is slower. And we are still in a car race at the end of the day. So, slow equals bad. But, slow is bad, but dead is better. So, you know. Betting on Lupa's podium? Well, we'll see. Who knows, maybe this is the week where Evgeny finally joins. Fed up of Pano not being murdered. He comes to take it into his own hands. We have a long old straight. This is going to be interesting to see how this goes on the gearing. So I haven't really touched the gearing on this car in any of the races, because I haven't really felt the need to. I could be wrong, but the gearing's felt pretty fine. I think here we might run out if we get there. Whether or not that's a bad thing or not, I don't know. I'm still accelerating. I haven't hit the point where the engine gets damaged. Never mind. However, I did massively understeer for that corner because I was too busy looking at the speeder. So, actually might not be that much of a problem. Well, last time I did this was in a much faster car, so I gotta account for that. This car does not grip anywhere near as well as a lot of the other cars I've driven here. But it still has some decent straight line speed. 130 mile an hour might not sound like too much, but when you're in effectively an aluminium can on wheels, it's probably a magnesium can on wheels maybe. Yeah, you it's pretty darn quick. Two cars this season that like to get their tail end out a bit though. Definitely some tail sliding action in both these championships. This setup feels pretty okay though. Pressures seem to be a bit whack, but I can change those quite easily. So, not too bothered. Track is good fun though. Has a really nice flow to it. You roll through the German countryside. Lost like a second there. Jeez. Run up the hill. I might have shifted up too early because we have not accelerated. There's a bit of a downhill here. Do you want to slow up a bit before that? A nice glide. I think Mattia might have gotten in the wall or very close to it at the least. Okay, Can I get the line right through here? No, I'm going into the wall. Into the fence. Ow. Didn't really get any damage on that, but I think I already have a bit of a ding on the fenders. Yeah, I can see a bit of crumpling in the textures. Big old correction there. Oh no, the front just doesn't want to grip. Come on. Okay, we're good. Oh, now my brakes don't want to work. Into the hay bale. Seems like I do want to inflate to the left side tires a bit. That might help me get a little bit more grip. 3 and 2. But let's see if I can get the line right here. Let's see how much we cripple this poor old engine. Lift off a little bit through here, just to make sure. I think it's this bit here actually we need to be careful of. Nicely through. And a downhill. How much are we going to hurt this poor motor? Ooh, not much. Yeah, definitely not much. I needed to start braking way earlier. Ow. Get back to the pit lane we go. Is that enough fuel? 37 minutes? More than enough. I want to add 3 and then 2. Well, that bumps up by quite a bit. I don't really know if I want to do that. I think it's 113, 94, 71. $31.94. Only goes to 88. And 13. 46. It's a bit unbalanced. Leave it as it is. I think it's fine enough. Okay. I remember seeing Mateo had this on like 90% bias on one of the races. Let's see what happens if I do that. Push that rear camber all the way out as well. Fuck it. Okay. What? We're over on the roof now. Oh no, that's very broken. I can't actually stop now. Oh no. Okay. Okay, maybe we should. Actually, no, I think that was. I didn't really cause either of those. It was just the car didn't turn. Maybe that could be down to the camber slightly, but we shall see. We shall see. Oh, excuse me. You have to be really careful with the front end on this car. There are points where the front end just don't bite. Just don't bite like that. Tried to go right, did not want to go back left again. Of course, it's largely because these front tires are pretty thin and we're running on like very early 1960s suspension. And also 1960s tires, which, you know, aren't the most sophisticated. Just need 5 minutes. Whew. That means we're only going to get about 5 laps around here, I think, in the actual race. Oh no, it's a 30-minute race. I'm stupid. We're going to get about 7 laps. I don't think we could really achieve more than 7. But 4:54 is the best. Even if we drop that down considerably, it'd have to come down a lot further than that, I think. Be able to fit in an 8th lap. We'll see. These crazy fools always surprise me with their speed, so I don't even know what my speed is around the lap here, so yeah, long track in this car isn't exactly the fastest thing ever made, so what the hell? Did I even hit? I didn't even. Oh. I wheeled it like that. Didn't even seem like I really hit anything there. Beats me. I guess I have to go and look back later on the live stream and see. No. Hey, you never know. You never know. Oh, can I? Put the gears the wrong way. We did it. I did Kenny's poker stream yesterday and told him to stop practicing. Why, so he can come and take you out personally? If he wants the job done right, I guess he's got it. Should be known by now that I can't be trusted with shit. Especially when it comes to leveraging my driving capabilities. Ooh, just because of looking at not the road. It's pretty nice at this weather though. Like haze. It's actually set in the afternoon, but it does really more feel like the morning, like the early morning haze. Can I full flat this? Just turn it early enough? Oh, I can. Holy shit. Alright, time to blow the engine on the run down to the line. Oh, you really have to start braking before the line. Oop. Getting it. Had to put exposure up at last track. Looked like track in the shadow in a lot of places. Huh. I didn't really feel much of a difference with that. Felt okay, but... What I had at like 96, I think, normally. What are we waiting on still? I didn't actually get a battle weapon. I think Martin Batia. Okay. The B. Here's the B on the track. About midway through. There's Mart. I think he's pretty close actually. I think he's at the S bends. It's camera. There we go. Actually no, he's right behind. Yeah. It's the same kink, yeah. Mattia's probably coming up to the hairpin. Yep, there's the hairpin. The B. And then... Oh, really on the limits there. Here we go, here he comes to the same hairpin. Round he goes. They're both on the long back straight. I'm curious, actually. Quite a bit into there. I wonder if he has slightly longer gearing, though. Surprised they're both breaking through there. You can actually do that flat if you just line it up right. Do I wanna... Let's try it. I got nothing to lose, really. I think track position is going to be crazy important here. It's going to be more about survival. I mean, track position will, I mean, it's always helpful, but compared to, especially compared to like last race, 9-day difference. I feel like 5th gear is way too long. Jeez. Pull over that curb. Front just didn't wanna grip. Okay. That wasn't ideal. Oh, there's filth in the wall behind me. I'm up this hill. I'm gonna have to just leave it to like the very last moment to shift up to 5th. How long 5th is. Which I guess is fine. Didn't need 5th here. I don't know if I'll need it anywhere else. Pull that back straight away. roll up the hill. But make sure this first lap counts, because even though it's my out lap, it'll at least be a time on the board, and I'm gonna immediately enter this at an awkward line. And that kind of worked out. It wasn't too bad. Oh, but I'm too fast through here. Okay, we're good, we're good. Still in the clear. Unless I got a cut track at the beginning that I didn't see from being in the pits. Let's see, can I do this without 50? This is going to be a bit of a longer, straighter section. No, but by that point I can shift into 50. It's no problem. Go a bit too early there. What I'd need to wait for longer. I really didn't. Right, get that front end down and get some rotation up through here. It's nice. Briefly as we roll down the hill here. I ding the wall a little bit. We get away with it. It's just a light graze. Actually feels like I might be accelerating faster like this. Oh, I'm going out wide. Look at the power curve for this car, but it might mean that actually longer gears are just better. So longer gears are just better. I don't really know where the peak RPMs are on this. Really should start looking, because I think like everybody else is looking, and I'm just kind of feeling it out. And it doesn't really seem to work in some cars. Some cars absolutely bomb on power. Okay, well, so far this is feeling slower, but we'll see how this peaks. Up to 130 now. It really doesn't seem to be any faster in a straight line. It just won't damage my engine into turn 1. But I'm gonna do that and kill myself. Right. Not really have enough time to go around for another lap. I'm gonna save that as it is. And we're gonna try actually just picking these out one by one. See what that is. I have a 508 on the board, which is not great, but it's better than nothing. It's really, these final 4 minutes are really just going to be a practice session. But I'm at least know that I'm going to out-qualify everybody who hasn't... Oh, jeez. Everybody who hasn't done a lap. Hopefully I'll have a better race car too. It's the more debatable one, but... if this feels any better or not. I think it does. Yeah, let me just... Snap back on the default. Or the original setup. It's funny because the lap takes so long around here. I'm gonna be on point for most of this session. But I think in about a minute or so people will start going through with actual laps. Need to look more where I'm going. Those curves are deadly. Ow. Doesn't seem to be much more beneficial. We know this basically works. About as good as it's gonna get, I think. Okay, let me just check everything. I wonder if I can maybe make the car lower. The front's already as soft as it can go. Could make it lower, but I don't know if that'll help a lot. This does look like it is lower. He's actually 1 second slower than me, but he also too only did an out lap. How these guys are running. Yari's 30 seconds. Well, 30 seconds the max time it shows. Hanu's almost 30 seconds up, so he's going to shoot to the pole. If he can finish this, he's right at the end. Just got the final chicane to go. He can keep his foot in it because there ain't any time left to go for another lap. He's going to do exactly that. To the top of a 452. Ooh. And Miko's coming to the line now. He has nothing on the board. He is absolutely flying. So Yari beats a 10-minute 40. Okay. Guess he went out late. Yari pips Hanover with a 452 or 449. Matthias still to finish. Let's see what he's got. So is Mart. The Mart's first sector time is pretty slow. I think this is an out lap. He goes second, 451. It's just Martin now. Guess if he continues on this time, he will beat Miko on the starting grid. So there's still a position up for grabs. 266 to a 438. Look at him go. He is hustling. Just needs to make sure it stays valid, pretty much. But anyhow, it actually says he's plus 30. I guess because his time was at 6:19. What actually is that? I guess in that sector time is before the hairpin? I think it might be, because he's approaching the hairpin now. Let's see. Ooh, he's gone wide. He's in the... Ooh, I think he's still valid. Yeah, it's just before the hairpin. 121. Now the run to the line. That means the run to the line is over a minute long. That's a long straight. Let's see, you just got the last couple of chicanes to get around. His rate actually times out before he makes it. I think he's actually on another lap, but I don't think he knows that it doesn't count. Here we go. He's gonna get it. He didn't. He must have invalidated the lap. Yeah. Just that wall hit invalidated it. He could failed to beat the 1040. Alright, here goes nothing though. This is definitely... Ooh. Okay, that was interesting. My car just like jumped on the grid. Means I gotta be like extra careful on the start. Make sure I don't get a drive-through. So I'm actually gonna hold the brake slightly. I don't usually do it in AC because you don't need to. But just to be safe. Well, I'm just ahead on that grid box. I don't know if that's how it's meant to be placed. But I definitely jumped slightly. It hasn't popped up saying that I have a jump start. So I'm gonna hope that I don't. Here we go. Okay, it seems like we got away with it. Pretty decent start. I'm in the wrong camera view. Wonder if my thing spelled a bit weird. Oh, Hannah's in the grass there. Gonna run around the outside. Take third place away. Let's start lifting off as we come into the village. Bit sideways. Playing it nice and safe down the hill here on this first lap. Don't want to push my luck. Especially given that we're in a pretty favorable position right now. Miko's definitely going to come through the field unless he gets involved in some accident, but, you know, I'm in the podium for the time being. Oh. Tears all over the road. Ooh, big slide. Saved it though, we're good. My brake bias might be a little too rearwards, but it's fine. He's jumping out of that slipstream pretty early. He's going to pull level. However, Gary's going to have that inside line. He's going to cut back through into the lead. Oh. See that red car in the background getting bigger and bigger, which is a concern. But I'm keeping relatively good company with these two ahead. It's definitely one of my weaker parts of the track though, so I might lose a bit of ground here, especially if I'm going to do that. Falling back towards the clutches again, but I think I'm going to get a better exit. That of which I am. Allow me to reopen that gap slightly. We've run up the hill for the first time. Down towards the wall of death. Or the drop of death. I don't really know what to call this corner. There's a wall that will kill you. I feel like it's more the sudden drop that gets you. See, it was way too on the inside there, way in the grass. Looked out for him, but that definitely wasn't the quickest way to take that corner. Get that line right through there. I think he was in the fence slightly there. Definitely, I think he grazed it. If not, he's very lucky. Be very careful on the braking here to avoid that rear end from stepping out on me. Miko is actually surprisingly still behind Hanu, which is good. Especially as I've built a little bit of a gap. Be careful on that throttle application for here. Make sure I don't use too much of that front grip. It is oh so precious. I braked way too early, so I'm just going to coast a little bit. Really, the grid really compresses here after, you know, high-speed straights. You think you're a lot closer than you actually are to the cars ahead. When you really start going back out onto the straight, that it starts spreading out again. Don't really have a slipstream, neither does he. So it'll be interesting to see Hanu and Miko. Miko does on Hanu. But is he going to make the move? Who knows? I am understeering quite a bit. A little check on that throttle. Go flat through here. I have no idea when the right point to brake for this corner is. It's definitely before the start-finish line though. Played it maybe a little too safe there, but we made it through. Survival is going to be a big thing in this race, as you've probably seen, so this track could be pretty treacherous. Controlled. Trying to go right. Managed to coerce it into not doing that. So we're good. It's closed Hanu up quite a bit though. Nice sort of instability through there. Not ideal. The rear end is out. I have to be careful on that brake pedal. Too much in that rear end really gets loosey-goosey on this thing. Why did I go to second? It was a stupid idea. Way too slow for that corner. Perfect with this one, but too slow for that one before. Thankfully, Hanu still has his mirror full of Miko, so that gives me a bit of leeway. Hopefully they'll fight. As we ascend the hill. Why did I go to second? I got that all wrong. Jesus wipes. I'm going to be down to fifth at this rate. Holding him off still just about for now. Hanu denied the podium statement, but at the moment he's looking to be a contender. There are many different ways that it's still available to get on that podium. Do ideally need those two ahead to start scrapping a bit more, though. Oh. Good for me not to do that. It's gonna really kill my speed out of here. It's gonna close right up. That grip. Get it through. Oh, I'm in the fence. Ow. He's gonna have the run here. Jeez. Oh. It's caught it from one side of the road to the other. He's gonna allow Miko through as well. Woo. That very wrong on the braking. But we live to fight another day. That section couldn't have gone more wrong, I don't think. Well, I could have done. I could have died. I at least didn't do that. Still very much in this fight if I can just refocus, get my speed. We've still got 20 minutes, which is 2/3 of this race to go. So, anything could happen. And I need to hope that the things that do happen are me going up, not backwards. As has been the trend so far this season. Unfortunately. I absolutely send it through here. Gonna damage the engine a bit because we're pushing it so hard. Where's the yellow flag? Somebody's binned it. I think it might have been... I don't actually know. I have to look on the replay. Damage my engine a bit though. It goes through into the podium. Places. Say fourth is the ideal, is the target really. I'll happily take a fourth. I'd love to get on that podium, but it's going to be tricky. I think it is going to require some kind of mistake from the guys ahead or from Miko. Basically any of the three who are currently on the podium. They are the most likely ones to keep hold of the podium places. I got a bit of grass in there, but that actually helped me take the corner better. A really nice slide through there. It's very elegant. Right, need to make sure now that I get closer to Hanu and further away from Phil. It does seem like Phil is picking up slack. As we saw in the Toyota race earlier. Can't rule him out, even if he may have seemed slow in qualifying. He knows his stuff. He's able to turn, really crank up that pace throughout the race, and keep me on alert. It's a bit much on the inside that, but it's okay. It was 2 seconds up the road, but it's okay. turns are definitely my weakest though. Especially that long left-hander. Still don't really... I'd say long winding corners are typically my weakness in general. I struggle to find where the right points are to really run it. And I'm not very good at making V's of some of those corners. Like, say, for example, Luffield at Silverstone. I know it's technically faster in a lot of cases if you V it. But I can never quite seem to get the proper grasp of it. I slowed down too early there. Oh! Your end was not happy with me there. Lost more time to Hanu. Hanu has got some speed here. Oh, yellow flag. I think he just touched the wall a little bit, though. Bit of a dodgy line through there, but we made it work. Brakes, trying to avoid sliding up too much. Ooh, slight kiss of the wall, but we got away with it. Come on, go faster, little thing. By the time we get back to the start finish line, I'll be roughly about halfway into this race. So it'll be interesting to see. I think I have lost a bit more time to Hanu, but we're still in the fight. Some valuable learnings learned. Pushing, trying to find where that limit is so I can utilize it better. 447, crazy speed. Yeah, I should have stayed in fourth there. It's a bit 2 seconds slower than Henry there. An unsaleable gap. Or not an unsaleable deficit. Sure. I hope he doesn't get too much faster than that. This is a great track to drive though, even when you're kind of on your own like this. It's still a lot of fun. Maybe second gear is the right gear for here because you kind of want to slow up. Get a nice early apex there. I don't really know. I kind of guessed. Front three are pretty close though. I want to try and get myself in the best place possible to potentially inherit a podium. Too many mishaps up ahead. Okay. I think I've actually gained a bit on Henry, which is good. We are approaching the weakest section for me on this track. Where I'll lose a bit of time again. Hard to say. Real time definitely gets less accurate the further out you are from the car ahead of you. I did lose a bit of time though. Big old slide down there. I don't know if that was really quick, but stylish at least. Oh, threading that needle through there. It was such a risky spot. The road's quite wide, but that section makes it feel anything but. A little cautious through there, but it's okay. Nico and Mattia are going to be squabbling now, it seems. Oh, as I drift out into the fence. Not good. Oh, shit. God damn it. I'm falling apart. I would say though, it is extremely humid today. Not that that's an excuse for my shitty driving, but like it's not even that hot, relatively speaking, but it is so humid. Like I am sweating buckets from just doing this. As I said, it doesn't even really feel that hot. Hits out of that engine, and we got faster, and I got slower because I crashed like an idiot. I gotta really go for it now if I want to try and close up the gap. Obviously risks doing more damage than I already have done. We've got about 10 minutes to go, so it'll be a couple more laps. At least 2 more after this one. Be interesting to see if anybody runs out of fuel. I think that could be a thing. I fueled for I think like 37 minutes. So I kind of predicted the +1. And it says I'm going to have about a litre left in the tank by the time we finish, so it's not a lot. I'd assume the others maybe have 2, but you never know. You never know. At least we know nobody's fueled for a 20-minute race in a 30, because otherwise they would be way out of fuel by now. Unless they'd fueled for 20 plus 1. Then we'll see if they'll drop next lap. and run this engine as ragged as I can, though. Obviously, if you didn't know, in AC, the engine damage doesn't really matter until engine goes boom. You don't really lose any engine performance. However, old cars like these don't really have rev limiters, so if you can just rev and rev, and you'll eventually blow the engine. But you know, you can sometimes squeeze a little bit extra out of them that you otherwise wouldn't. Whoa, okay, there's a light tap. It would have been really clean had I not have gotten that tap, but I did. Body's already beaten up though from the foolish incident earlier, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really add anything. But I feel like this has been a pretty good lap though. So, oh, I could navigate this hairpin without dying, because the car is so desperately trying to do. Yeah, down here, I'll likely pummel the engine a bit towards the end, which is fine. We can get away with that. Okay, that'll be 2 more laps. It seems, yeah, 555. We're doing 4 in the 450 range, high 440s, 447. Next week we're going to do 446, yeah, high mid 440s. Toyota's a 448. I ate a bunch of dirt, which is going to slow me up. And we do the 451. What am I going to clock in? 453. Yeah. Better, but still not quite good enough. Yeah, that'll be enough for this lap, and one more. We'll just, unless there's going to be some games played up front, we're going to just stretch onto that final lap, I think. Be about like 5 seconds or so on the clock when we cross it. So it'll be interesting to see how that necessarily pans out. But I guess I'll throw in if you're... Oh, there goes Mark. Unfortunate. But if you are interested in joining in on the races, do check the links down in the description. We'll be racing this car and the Celica earlier for the next 4 weeks, I believe. Or 3 weeks after this, because this is round 3 of 6. Then there'll be a special coming at the end. And we keep rolling around championships. Championships aren't committal. Don't have to commit to running any of the rounds. Just do the ones you feel like. Even if you have registered for all of them, it doesn't matter. Registration just locks in a grid spot for you. And there's always more space that we have, so, you know, servers are free to join. They are just open during the races for the time being. Once we pick up more people and a proper registration system is all integrated and whatnot, then you will likely have to start registering, but again, there won't really be, unless we run into problems, there won't really be any penalties for registering and not turning up. Yeah, do check the links down in the description. All the information you need to know is there. Links, obviously the main one is to the website. That has everything on it, the content list that you need to be able to join the races. You don't have to download everything, it's just the content you need for each weekly race, so the car and the track. These cars are both Kunos cars, so you'll just need their respective DLCs if you don't have those already. But the tracks that we'll be using are by and large modded. Cars we do often use are modded as well, but we use a mix. It's all in the all in the content list, links to download those. Link to the Discord server as well. You might need to wait for me to approve, just as a anti-bot spam measure. I'm sure you're all aware of all the Discord spam bots that have been going around lately. So yeah, and yeah, everything is still very much a work in progress. We're pretty new, and obviously I am the ringleader of this, and sort of just do this on the side on top of my full-time work. Just me at the moment, so as and when I have time to and the motivation to really do things. Hopefully soon I've got some time opening up to really be able to focus. Ooh, I think Henry's gone off. He has. I'm not really pull me back in. But let's close that gap up. But yeah, we are planning some big updates. If you're interested in the upcoming special as well, haven't announced it fully yet, but we will likely be doing our own rendition of the Goodwood Festival of Speed. I've done one before, which was good fun. Been a couple of years since then, and it's probably about time to do it again. I'll announce more details on that. I'm not 100% confirming it, but that is pretty much what I want to do. So, and these crossline already, I guess we actually have a whole minute on top. It's interesting. Be interesting to see if anybody doesn't have the fuel to make it all the way back around again. But yeah, I mean, I know my driving isn't doing the best to market this, but yeah, very friendly and very competitive group of people. We're gonna take these races fully seriously. It's not. Oh God! Ow! Not necessarily full-on try-hard serious, but yeah, we're all here for a bit of fun and a good time. But we are all here to race. And race fair. Whoa. The wheel kept oscillating there. Didn't want to go back straight. I was trying to get it back the right way. It just didn't want to. Yeah, my only real hope, I think, to gain any positions now with my... Oh, my driving is just degrading. Would be to just hope that one of those guys runs out of fuel. Or has a massive accident. Or both. Funny if the race end timer isn't set to be locked when we actually all climb out. I didn't actually think about that. I don't know what it should be fine though. Qualifying and the practice didn't time out, so if the race did, that would be extra. It might do though. We'll see. We'll see. I think I should definitely make it though. Everybody should make it, I think. Actually, yeah, I don't think the timer starts until the leader crosses the lap line, so... Otherwise that would be pretty unfair. Which we'll see. I blow my engine just before the line and run a soapbox down. I'm not gonna catch Henry unless he runs out of fuel, so... Might as well have a little bit of fun. Yeah, I'm hoping to start, as I mentioned, I'm hoping that have some time to really start developing things. I do want to get more seasons planned in advance so that we could have a bit of a backlog to fall back on. Currently we don't. Also want to add more ways to having that backlog, I guess. You know, makes it a lot easier to have a way for the community to have their say on what we do. And ideally in the future as well, I'd also like to add in a way for the community to maybe build their own championships based on the content list that can go into the pool. Who knows, maybe ideally later down the line also allow other people in. How did that have been? But yeah, give the opportunity for others to host their own time slots as well beyond just these Tuesday ones, because the server is largely just sat idling between those. I still need to look into like doing like practice servers and stuff, but it's yeah, it's something I need to think about and look into more, because as I said, everything is still pretty early work in progress. I haven't even been around for a year yet doing this. Of course, I do have experience of running and hosting stuff, that I was able to do this all in the first place. There you go, there goes the engine. Kaboom. Roll it across the line. Now. Oh, something's. Is Phil finished? Okay, finished. Interesting. Cool. That didn't exactly go to plan, but I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah, see, I jumped. I'm so lucky I didn't get anything from that. The car like landed. Oh, I guess, yeah, it spawned like this. I didn't actually really roll forward at all. Everybody else seems to be okay. Yeah, just spawned me up in the air slightly. Oh yeah, no, that it did roll. How bizarre. Yeah, like the brake let off, but then it went forward on its own and then stopped on its own. I have no idea. But luckily I didn't get a jump start from that. Because that was all out of my control there. Seems like all the other cars are slightly forward in their grid box though, so I'm a bit extra forward, but I don't think that made much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. Very strange though. Jump aboard with full on with Miko, because he definitely had the best run things. actually, I guess. I got past Henry pretty quick because he got on the grass. Oh, Mark taking a look. Oh, he's on the curb though. Ooh, that worked out. Both lived. Mark came off worse though. He didn't really get any kind of a run. Warfield was in the wall there. Yep. Ouch. Nico didn't really have anywhere to take all that speed he had. So couldn't really get much out of it. Down the straight here, gets a good run. Pulls out really early though, but he gets the move done. Down the straight. Nicely done. Maybe would have tried to have gone for a little more slipstream, but, you know. Kind of sad, though, because I was, like, right up here. And then I just went backwards. Like, my start seemed to be pretty good. But I seem to be really bad. I have, like, I just have this point at, like, the midpoint of the race, it seems, where it just goes downhill. Regardless of how well or how bad the race is going, it seems to just go further downhill. And then I like pull it back a little bit in the back, in like the final like quarter or fifth or so. But taking like say a 20-minute race, hypothetically, right? Like the first... But going downhill is fast. It's true. That is true. It's typically, I'd say that like, maybe about like the first 7-8 minutes, it's okay. Like and then like, between like, I'd say like 8 to like, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe, it falls apart. A bit too much dirt there. It's going to give Miko a great run. Doesn't really have anywhere to take it though. So he stays where he is. Stays put. I begin to flounder. He gets a nice run here, but nowhere really to take it. I actually didn't really get much of a slipstream there. I thought he would have gotten more. We loop around. We were kind of stacked up here because I made a right kerfuffle. Slap, yeah, I got a bit too hot in there, but wham, into the wall. And that's gonna lose me a place to Hanu. Got a bit in the grass here, which gave me a buttload of understeer. No grip at all. Which then allowed Miko to come through as well. And I was a little late on the brakes here, which was extra bad. Which I think really put me on the downward spiral. Not really, actually. I was still pretty close. Obviously, he checked out. I think Hanu overdid it. I did the same thing again. He went too far on the inside. Got that grass. What happened to you, though? Ah, too bad, actually. Just went a bit wide. Berman turn. A good old Berman turn. It's Miko up to third, though, already. But Hanu said the podium wasn't on. He got pretty close, all things considered. Best of the rest, at least. Starts moving up the field. He really is just sliding. He finished on the podium. Did he actually finish on the podium? Oh, you're in the fence there. Allows Miko through. Oh, right behind. Yeah, that slipstream. It's very weak on this car. You can see all that run up the hill. Not a lot out of it. Pulls to the side and already stalled out on momentum. Got really nothing more to give. However, luckily, I pressed the wrong button. We could put a wheel on the grass. He had some damage. Oh yeah, I guess I could see that, yeah. The bee's crippled. Sadness. But even then, it's still pretty weak. I guess it's because this car is very slippery in general. So... it's not really going to generate a whole heap of drag behind it. Kept it modest for a while, though. Guessing that slowly extends out. Yeah, it does. I was vaguely hoping somebody would run out of fuel up ahead, though. I don't think anybody did. Oh. Oh, he's in the fence there a little bit. Oh, Yari. Yari sees the red car getting bigger and bigger. Oh no! Just overdid it. Locked that rear brake. Okay. Didn't really lock any brakes till the end there. Just couldn't get it stopped. Oh, you locked up in sympathy. Miko through. Take a win. Oh, it's pretty close. Let's run up to. That's gonna clear before the corner. Does Yari have a response? Seems maybe not. Oh. No. Kaboom. Oh, he's car 12, yeah. I did actually blow my engine on the... Just let its soapbox coast down the hill. EV Porsche 718 RS60 Spider. That was a bit underwhelming from my end, but it was still enjoyable. I think I'm slowly... I think this is going to be one of those seasons where I'm going to get the hang of the cars and then the championship's going to be over. So I feel like week on week I'm getting slowly better. Inch by inch, getting better at utilizing the car and what it has to offer. Or what both cars have to offer, really. But I'm still lacking, I think. Next week, though, we are heading to Tor Poznan in the Celicas and Battenberg Ring in the Porsches. Poznan should be interesting. I'm hoping I can maybe get some ground there. And Battenberg, it's been a while since I've driven Battenberg Ring, so I have no idea how that's going to go. Yeah, those should be pretty fun, nonetheless. But yeah. Do be on the lookout over the next few weeks for some updates on things. Because I actually have every Friday off this month. And then the last Monday's a bank holiday, so I have about, give or take, about a week of free time. Of extra free time this month, so excuse me. And the plan of that is to primarily focus it on trying to get some more stuff done here. You know, there's a lot of stuff I want to get done. And I'm hoping over these next 5 weeks or so, I should be able to get the vast majority of it done. Famous last words, but I at least hope to get some significant updates out. And significant things done that will hopefully, you know, really start bringing the platform into a more mature state. A lot of the stuff that I've been talking about and steadily chipping away at over the past few weeks, I'll have some time to properly sit down and be like, let's get this done. Of course, other things could happen, other things get in the way, and I might even do a bit more here and there in the outside of those days. But yeah, it'd be nice to just have some days where I could just be like, all right, I'm doing this, and get it done. Yeah, especially getting a lot of this website functionality done and out of the way with means that I will have more time to really put into other things, right? Like the presentation, the looks, the new series and all of that stuff. I'm just trying to make everything a much nicer. But, you know, I want to get all the core. Got to make it all work first, basically. It's sort of, you know, making it look like it works, but scurrying around in the background doing all the things. Which obviously is a lot of stuff I don't really want to have to deal with. Because I know how to make it'll just handle it itself. Which then, you know, opens up a lot more time to do the more human stuff, like coming up with new championships, testing new content, testing new formats, and all the fun stuff. But yeah, so yeah, do look forward to that. We'll have the announcement, a proper announcement for the special up sometime in the next couple of weeks as well. As I noticed, we are halfway into this series already. I did mention it earlier. I am very likely going to be doing another Binwood, which was our sort of Goodwood knockoff. It was good fun last time, and I think probably about time we do it again. I think it could be a fun format. There will be a sort of theme. It will be a pretty broad theme. But I want to think about it a little bit more before I really sort of put the pin in on what the theme will be. So do keep an eye out for the announcement on that and how that will be going down and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say for the moment. Obviously, as per usual, I will get the results up later tonight at some point. So do wait out for those. I might also look into... No, actually, no. The more I think about it, the more it's going to be a bit more work. But I do have the general foundations to be able to have the results showing, like the actual individual race results showing. I know the whole way how to do it. So I'd like to get those up for the current season at the very least at some point. It's just a bit more information. You can actually see the actual proper race results and whatnot, rather than just seeing some points numbers. Yeah, because I've had all of those files lurking around for a while. I have them all generated already. I just haven't really been able to get them up. So, but I think that should be a pretty quick thing to do. But by pretty quick, I mean it could still take a couple of hours. Of like dedicated like development time to make sure it's all working as it should. Yeah. Before I start waffling too much, I think this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah. So thanks everyone who came out and chatted. Thanks everyone who came out and raced. Boss back next week with Tor Poznan and the Battenberg Ring. Those should be pretty fun. And I'm hoping I can continue this upwards momentum and eventually not suck with this car, with these two cars. So, yeah. Again, thanks everyone. And I will see you all next time. Adios.